I want to ask you something, and I want you to be honest with yourself when you answer it. When business feels hard, when you are stretched thin, you're tired, when nothing feels like it's flowing the way it should, what's the first solution that comes to mind? For most founders I talk to, the answer is more clients, more revenue, more coming in. And trust me, I get it. I completely understand. More money sounds like it solves everything. But here's what I've seen over and over again. More clients don't fix a business that doesn't have systems to support what it already has. More clients just accelerates the problems and the chaos. So today I want to give you a gut check. 3 signs that your business needs systems before it needs more clients and what to do about it. Welcome back to Leveraging Operations and Leadership. I'm Tanya D. Harrison, founder of Sigma Partners, and this is the show where we talk about the real work of building a business that doesn't just grow, but actually runs. Today's episode is a short one, but don't let that fool you. Sometimes the most important conversations are the ones that make you stop and take an honest look at where you are. We're talking about 3 signs that your business needs systems before it needs more clients. Let's get into it. Sign number 1, you're already at capacity and nothing is documented. When I say at capacity, I mean you are full. You have as much work as you can handle right now, maybe even more. And the way you're managing it is entirely in your head. No documented processes, no repeatable systems, no clear way for anyone else to step in and help, even if they wanted to. This is the most dangerous place to try to grow from, because when you add more clients to a business that has no documented processes, you don't just get busier, you get less consistent. Your delivery starts to slip, your response times get slower. The client experience that you have worked so hard to build starts to slip away, starts to erode. Your quality starts to decrease. And the painful part is that it's not because you don't care. You didn't automatically stop caring. It's the way your business works only exists in your head. And there's only so much of you to go around. And there's only so many hours in a day. Think about what happens when a new client comes in right now. Do you have a documented onboarding process that you follow every single time? A clear sequence of what happens in what order? What communication goes out and when? Or do you figure it out as you go based on the client and based on the week, based on how much time you have or how much energy you have? And if the answer is you figure it out, that's a clear sign. No judgment here. We've all been there. But that's a sign that the foundation needs to be built before you add more weight to it. You already have cracks in your foundation. If you continue adding weight, it's just going to break. More clients on top of an undocumented process doesn't build a business. It builds a bigger version of the same process. The work is to stabilize what you have first. Document it, systematize it, make it repeatable, and then grow from that solid foundation. So sign number 1 is about capacity and documentation. Sign 2 is about consistency. And this is one that shows up in a way that a lot of founders don't immediately recognize as a systems problem. If every time a new client comes in, you rebuild the experience from ground up, That means that the welcome email may be different, the onboarding conversation is different, the way you structure the first deliverable is different. And it's not necessarily because it's a different client or a different service, but because you don't have a system that stays consistent regardless of who the client is. This shows up as mental fatigue that you really can't quite explain it. You're not necessarily doing more work. You're doing the same work over and over again from scratch every single time. And that's an enormous hidden tax on your time and on your energy. So when you don't have consistent systems, your client experience is only as good as your energy level on any given day. Let me just say that one more time. Your client experience is only as good as your energy level on any given day. That means that if you're having a great week, your onboarding is excellent, is awesome. But on a hard week, things slip through. That inconsistency is a risk to your reputation, to your referrals, to your brand, to your client's experience, and to your own sense of confidence in your work. Most of us want to do a great job. We have high standards. And when you notice that your quality is diminishing or you're not providing the level of service that you want, you take a hit. And if you have a small team, imagine if you feel like that, imagine how your team feels when they can't deliver consistently either, because there's no consistent system to follow. So they do what they think you want, and then you correct it, and then the cycle continues. But at the end of the day, the team is taking the hit, and so are your clients. Sign 2 is about consistency. Sign 3 is one that most people feel but don't always name it correctly. And it's the most important one to address before you even think about scaling. Sign 3 is you are the single point of failure. What do I mean by that? A single point of failure means that if you are unavailable, you're sick, you're traveling, overwhelmed, at capacity, the business either stops or significantly struggles. Every decision goes through you. Every client question requires you. Every deliverable needs your eyes before it goes out. The business functions because you are in it every day and in every way, not because it's built to run. This is the most honest signal that systems are missing, because systems are what allow a business to function without requiring the owner's presence in every moment. So for my solopreneurs, I want you to think about if you stepped away for 3 days with no phone access, would your clients still get what they need, or would things stall? If the answer is things would stall, that's not a capacity problem. That's a systems problem. And more clients will make it significantly worse. And for my small team leaders, if you have a small team, but everything still flows through you for approval, review, or decision, you don't really have a team yet. You have helpers. And the difference between a helper and a team member is whether they have the systems, the clarity, and the authority to actually execute without you being the final gate on everything. Being the single point of failure feels like being needed, and being needed can feel good, especially when you've built something from nothing. But there's a difference between being needed because you're valuable and being needed because your business can't function without you in it every day. One is leadership, the other one is bottleneck. And adding more clients to a bottleneck business doesn't clear the bottleneck, it tightens it. Those are the 3 signs you're at capacity with nothing documented. Every new client feels like starting from scratch, and you are the single point of failure. If any of those is true, that's your signal. Let me close with what to do about it, because there is something that you can do. More clients is not a bad goal. Revenue matters. We know that. We're in business. Revenue matters. Growth matters. But growth on a cracked foundation doesn't build a stronger business. It just exposes the cracks faster and at a higher cost. Systems are what make more clients sustainable. Your documented processes, a consistent client experience, and a business that doesn't require you to be present for every single thing. That's what makes growth feel like growth instead of just more of the same overwhelm at a higher volume. The right order is build the foundation, then grow on top of it. Not grow first and hope the foundation doesn't fall apart. So this week, I want you to pick one of those 3 signs, the one that hit you the hardest, and identify one thing that you can document or systematize to start addressing it. Just one thing. That's where the shift begins. All right. That's it for this episode. If this episode gave you that moment of, okay, I need to look at this, that's exactly what it was created to do. Share this one with a founder who keeps saying they just need more clients. Sometimes the most helpful thing we can do for people we care about is to hand them a different question to sit with, or to hand them a different perspective of how to look at things. And if you haven't left a review yet, that's your nudge. It genuinely helps more leaders find this show. Now I have something that I want to share with you before you go. If what I've described today sounds like exactly where you are right now, at capacity, inconsistent, still the single point of failure in your own business, I want you to know that I have something specifically for you. It's called the Leadership Shift, and this is a 6-module guided implementation program, and it's for solopreneurs and small business owners who are ready to stop being the bottleneck and start building the operational foundation their business actually needs to grow. We are getting ready to relaunch. Yes, relaunch. And I am opening a wait list right now. If you want to be the first to know when enrollment opens and get early access and get that introductory pricing, go ahead, click the link in the show notes. You'll be able to learn more about the program and get on the wait list. So go ahead and add your name, and I will talk to you next week.